I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show. Liverpool taking on Crystal Palace in the Premier League this Sunday. We're recording this immediately after Rubin Kazan.
Not immediately, it's about 4 hours after Rubin
Right,
Kazan.
it's actually about 4 hours. So I'm dead tired, but we're going to power on nevertheless. Chris Pajak's with me to do just that, as is Aubrey Reynolds. I'm even more buzzing for this game than I might not seem it, but I'm even more buzzing for this game than I was prior to the European game, because look, Liverpool got another win under the belt, and perhaps arguably our best 90-minute performance as well. What about how do you feel?
I would back you up on that if anyone wants to argue against it. Definitely, I agree with you, mate. I thought we were brilliant against Kazan, and that just gives the lads confidence going in against Palace. Palace are a good side, but what I liked most probably about the performance against Kazan, and what we can probably take heart to and look for against Crystal Palace, is that Klopp played Kazan, and the first time it was pretty boring. You know, we were pretty mundane at home, in fairness, and then he's tweaked that massively, because we've played with two wingers to exploit their weaknesses, and you know that's night and day from 2 weeks ago. You know, we played very central, everything was sort of down the middle. Jordan Ard comes into the system, James Milner plays left hand side.
I feel as though you're treading on the final word show here a touch, but by all means continue.
But what I'm saying is, so to bring that onto Crystal Palace is, you know, it's the tactical fluidity that we can now bring. We can play central if we need to. We can go down the wings if we need to as well. And everything, we just seem to be gathering momentum. You know, it's the spin, isn't it? It's now we're unbeaten in 12 games. We're 3 wins on the bounce. It's confidence in the squad. Crystal Palace better watch out, to be honest, I think.
It's been, look, Dave, and we were talking to Jim Daly from Palace Fan TV this week ahead of it, and you know, he was asking the question, they are bogey side. I actually think, looking at the Premier League, they're the team that have caused us the most heartbreak pretty much in the last 2 years.
They are, yeah. We've always got one. Like, I remember Martin O'Neill's Leicester used to be our bogey
Ian
side.
Marshall in particular,
and then Pulis's Stoke.
Yeah,
and they're not that team
Sam
anymore,
and
he's not there anymore. So you kind of have one, and you've got to look at it. Out of the managers and teams, managers and team combinations that are actually there, they're 2 big moments. You know, Gerrard's last game at Anfield, and they showed no sentiment. And to be honest, they didn't need that win. So they could have come, and they could have all been thinking about their holidays. It's 2 games to go. And they went out there and they did what we should have been doing. They went out there and played in that game when our own players couldn't even get themselves up for that.
Absolutely.
And then obviously the 3-3 was just ultimately it's the Chelsea game was the one that ended it pretty much. But that 3-3 still rubs salt in the wound and still stings, especially the way it come about. And they're a good side. Like Johan Kabai's one of, if not the buy of the summer for a lower team. You know, you're looking at for the sheer confidence that brings a team like Palace, and also in the kind of saying to Balassi or saying to Zaha or Punchin, who might have had other teams sniffing around them. Look, we're bringing Johan Cabaye in here, stick around, let's see where we can go with this. So I think it's a difficult game. You underestimate them at your peril. We are yet to see, I listened to you talk about it on the Formation show, we're yet to see Jurgen Klopp be the next step up and be boss, which I think we have been in the last 2 games at home. You know, we did well in Bournemouth in the Capital One Cup with a much changed team, but it's Bournemouth with their having changes and we were much changed, and it's the Capital One Cup. It could easily be a Southampton, and we're all back to still quite happy because Klopp's boss and Rodgers is now manager and the spin's great, but it's still not all, the pieces aren't all there yet. Or it could be Chelsea or Ruben. Like I think Chelsea's got to go down as your best performance of the season just because it's away from home against a team. But in terms of actual fluidity and chances created, we were really strong in that Ruben game. So let's hope that it just keeps snowballing and we go and... I would love... I know you guys are going to agree with this because you're Liverpool fans and I kind of know your opinions quite well, but wouldn't it just be great to beat a team at Anfield that was supposed to beat quite easily?
No, absolutely. And you know what, particularly, it just goes like it's the Palace thing though. And we said at the start of the season, you know, we got the result. Stoke embarrassed us last season. we reverse that by getting the win at the Britannia so far this season. The Palace one's another one that this is a balance that needs redressing. And again, we were saying it on Palace Fan TV. I'm sick of that. We come exactly what you're saying there. We should just go out and let's just fucking beat Palace. I'm sick of it now. You know what I mean? Let's go back to let's restore balance. Let's restore order. Let's go back to, like you said, beating the teams we're meant to be beating. And the simple fact of the matter, a quick glance at the table. You know, we're above them in the table, but it's still very, very. There's only a point between us. I think at the minute, I think they're on 16 and we're on 17 or something. But this is the start of the point in the season. Now you get into November, you get into December, and then the league starts to level itself out a little bit. And Liverpool, Chris, need to continue to ride the crest of the Klopp wave and start actually getting themselves into a position of the league that best suits where we feel we should be come the end of the season.
We need to get ourselves into. It's almost a launch pad, isn't it? But you know, a word of note, I suppose, now is the one that said Palace better beware, but. You know, we've had a tough old fucking trip over to Russia there. It's a ridiculous amount, 2,000 odd miles or something that we're coming back from. 5-hour flight, you know, that's going to mess up our preparations definitely for this game. And Crystal Palace haven't played in midweek. So, you know, but I do think that the crest of the wave that you're talking about should be enough, and the confidence in the side and the football that we're playing. That's the thing, you know. It's one touch, two touch at the moment, and it's been thrilling to watch over the last couple of games. Just the evolution.
We were sat here watching the Ruben Kazan game, and it wasn't like we were going mental over like shots and you know and all this kind of stuff. We were going mental because the pressure we were putting teams under, it's a pressure cooker. Liverpool haven't done that since probably Benitez at his best, and you know maybe when Suarez was at the peak of his powers, but that was kind of him inspiring other people. The whole team diving in, getting stuck in, wrestling possession back, and going again with another attack, and then a breakdown, and they kick it out again, and they panic, and we get it back, and we attack again. That is that's a completely different type of excitement. It's exactly what you're saying. It's absolutely thrilling to watch, and you'd hope that we've maybe got enough in terms of the players that we've rested ahead of the game that we can actually hopefully maintain that level on Sunday as well.
I think so. I think Lucas and Skirtle were two big rests from this evening against Kazan, weren't they? You know, Lucas in particular, because I think he's been the almost the driving force behind the whole side since Klopp come in. I don't know if you'd agree on that, Aubrey, or not. But
yeah, he's well liked, isn't he, Lucas? And when we were looking like we were going to loan him out, it just seemed like one of those most needless transfers ever. If we're getting a 10 million bid off Inter Milan or someone, you go, yeah, okay, I can understand why we would take that. But to kind of bin him off and loan him out, it kind of typifies the unsureness and the insanity towards the end of the Rodgers era, where he was just making questionable decisions as a manager. So I'm glad we kept him, and obviously I bet your Klopp's glad we kept him, because he's featured in a hell of a lot of it. He never shakes away from work rate, and whilst we're lacking Henderson, I think Lucas is brilliant and able to step into that. It's an interesting question, not for tonight, when Henderson comes back. Is Lucas in the team? Is Milner in the team? Is Chan in the team? Who knows? It's great to have those options in the squad. I think he inspires everyone around him, and he for some reason...
He's just a cool lad. You know, you've got all these people bombing round, going, you know, pressing like fucking crazy, and Lucas Leiva's just like, you know what, give us the ball, I'll hold on to it for a second or two, and then I'll send it on, or I'll just keep it moving.
His experience can't be underestimated as well, because actually we're such a young team. We get exponentially younger the last three seasons, because we lose older players like Carragher and Gerrard, and we get younger players in. So to have Lucas, who's actually been there and done that, and whatever you think about him, whether he goes down in the category into the category of great Liverpool players or not, he's been at Liverpool for a long time. He's got a lot of Premiership experience under his belt, which can only help out when you've got a young player like Jordan Ibe, and actually players that we don't even recognise as being young or new to the Premier League, Sakho, Moreno. They've not
Here's
got
a question for you,
time.
Has Jordan Ibe put himself into the starting 11 for this game?
Not ahead of Phil Coutinho, no, and that's the position in
What
there,
if it's
isn't
Adam
it?
Lallana?
If it's Adam Lallana, possibly. I think it's interesting actually. How do you? This is one of those tactical questions, isn't it? What are Crystal Palace good at? What are they strong at? They've got good wingers. So is it best to occupy their wingers? Is it best to have Ibe so that Bolassi's counteracted because he's got to worry about Jordan Ibe and we're putting ourselves on the front foot that way? Or do you have Adam Lallana in there because Bolassi's going to get down the wing? You say Klein, deal with him, and Lallana can pick in that space because he's more likely to come in.
I'm inclined to believe. I'm inclined to believe that if you've got the option of wingers, it gives you more options than if you don't have a winger on the pitch. And I'm not saying that means I starts, but it depends on the formation. I think we're going to more and more move towards, again, what we discussed on the formation show, is that less of the 3-2-1 and more of the
2-3.
Yeah, 4-3-2-1 and more of a 4-2-3-1.
Let's start that again. 4-3-2-1 in the first instance, 4-2-3-1 in the second.
What you said right there.
Although I have been known to say 4-3-2-1, no 4-3-2-1, no 4-3-2-1 many times, because it's almost impossible to say back to back.
So yeah, but like, because what was great again, and it's something we have discussed on the final word, but it's the having the option to go wide and the option to go through the middle means that how the fuck do you choose to defend against that? And particularly if you've got Benteke, when you can also go long or you can play into feet as well. I just think it makes, whether you, I think it's less about playing against the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition. Again, it's like you say, more about making them worry about what we can do. To answer the question you asked Aubrey, I don't know.
It sounded like by his answer, he didn't know either.
But what I was kind of driving at again in terms of the freshness is that you've got, Roberto Firmino came off in the game. I'm personally hoping Milner's didn't have an injury, although it looked like he was holding his hamstring.
Well, here's the spine that was rested: Skrtel, Lucas, Coutinho, Lallana.
Yeah.
That's 4 big players to come back.
And particularly when we're talking about when you're pressing from the front, having Lallana and Coutinho, just look at the difference with Coutinho from not playing in the Bournemouth game to playing in the Chelsea game, and making sure that he was fully fit and fresh and raring to go for that game. So we do have that. I don't think it's as much of an issue, and to be fair, there's an international break coming up as well.
Yeah.
So, I know I think we've got like 4 or 5 going in the England squad. We'll have a few going over here and there. But there's a lot of that squad who haven't got football to play for the best part of 2 weeks. So you know what? Run yourself into the ground against Crystal Palace and put your feet up. And I was going to say, watch some international footy. But probably catch up on like The Walking Dead or whatever, and
have a little chat with Stevie.
Chill your beat. Yeah, exactly. Get in the ice bath, do whatever you need to recuperate and get ready for when the proper football comes back. So it's going to be a factor that we've played far more recently than Crystal Palace, but I'd like to think you just go. And again, I'm just more confident under this manager that he will make these guys run through the brick walls. He'll make them do things that they probably shouldn't be doing.
Well, isn't it telling, don't you think, that we've not heard much about having 2 games in a week? It's just been dealt with quietly under the radar.
I mean, he kind of mentioned it after Southampton.
Made his victories.
He made it after Southampton, didn't he? And he kind of said, we have played another game, but equally, he played exactly the same team twice in a week. Whereas I think this is, as you said, it's a modification this time around, and I think he trusts more of the players to do that as well. The League Cup gave him the opportunity to get a couple of more players in. The cup runs we've had so far have enabled him to do that, which means that we've actually, again, we're coming into this game. We've done this on the formation show. You asked me what I thought we were going to do, and I came up with at least 3 different options that I would be perfectly happy with if Liverpool approach the Palace game. So that's really exciting, because again, it's exciting because I don't care, and exciting because I don't know. And also it's exciting because the opposition manager doesn't fucking know either, which is nice, because, again, that puts us in a far more positive position than when you know exactly what's going to happen.
But what I think it is, and why I'm really positive about it, is they're all subtle tweaks to an already existing system. Yeah. So it's great because you've got the option of an Ibe or the Lallana, or is it Firmino as a false 9, is it the Benteke? But ultimately, he only made 3 changes from the Chelsea team tonight. There was 8 players on that pitch that started against that, a few substitutions and stuff. So he's getting a core basis of players who are buying into it and playing in that way. And it doesn't seem as erratic as the end of Rodgers. Like only 6-7 games ago, where we were making 5 or 6 formation changes. Oh, that didn't work.
So I just want to stop for a second and
I think
highlight
there was
that
4
Tom
changes.
came this far away from dropping the keyboard on the floor there, the controls the mixer, caught it. He looks a little flushed at the moment. Sorry,
but yeah, so it's that thing of we're not changing formation 5 times in one match. We're not going, oh, shit, that didn't work this week. Let's do let's go to 3 at the back. Yeah. It's all
so,
within it, and it inspires. It inspires me with confidence, especially because the results and performances are getting better. Yeah. But
you don't want
to.
You don't want to revolve. You want to evolve, don't you? That's what Liverpool do more under Klopp, don't they? They don't make sweeping changes in the middle of the game. Well, you know what? Fuck it. 3 at the back. Go for it. Figure it out, boys.
Although the last 2 games we have had a centre back playing centre mid.
Well, yeah,
towards the end of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking. I just think that's a big fucking to the opposition manager.
I just think it's him going, look, we're definitely not playing 3 centre backs in a row in defence. I've seen that shit before. Yeah. We're gonna put our centre back in, and do you know what Tom called it perfectly? The reason he's done it there in the Kazan game is to waste some fucking time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. It's just like, again, it's the shades of Benitez in that, you know what I mean? Just your stock management bastard tricks that you've got in your locker, you know what I mean? It's tactically timed substitutions, it's, you know what I mean? And it's bringing players on to fuck about at the end.
That's that experience of managing more bigger games, and also of managing in Europe that unfortunately our former manager didn't have.
Hey, listen, Dejan Lovren was in that Chelsea game was the equivalent of that lad putting the fucking purple dildo in the guy's ear on deadline day, like, you know what I mean? Just to fuck with them, like, you know what I mean? Not because he felt it was adding anything in a really constructive manner. Just he went, you know what? Fuck you. Here's Dejan Lovren
right
in your ear. Right in your vibrating right in your ear hole. Fucking have that, like, and again, love it. Love every single
Someone needs to do that with Klopp, to the other manager. There must be a clip from that BT Sport where someone can do that for us.
I'd just like to highlight if anyone could pick it up with filming this on Bonfire Night, so just in case you would have moved the studio to Beirut. Like, yeah. So yeah. Aubrey, what's your score prediction for the game?
I was gonna go brave and say 3-1,
but
I'm gonna go 2-1 to us.
Okay.
A nice, comfortable 2-0 victory.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? I really fancy a little bit of a nice, comfortable
2-1.
No, fuck that. No,
because you're getting heat in the comments.
Oh no, I don't give a shit about that.
You're supposed to give a shit about the comments.
Don't give a shit about what people.
We built the channel on. You care about the comments.
Oh, I care about the comments. I don't care about when people don't agree with me comments. So the thing is that Stiggy wins are all well and good when the situation, I think, demands it. You know, when you're looking to tactically, when you're looking to outbastard again your opposition. But you know, we could do that to Pardew. But no, I just think we should work harder than them and be more clinical, and we'll win. And I don't think that we're there yet in terms of that side, that we're not ready to start beating teams 3, 4, 5 or whatever. But in terms, we keep going back to this every single week. It's that slow and steady improvement. It's getting better week on week. I'd like to see us just go that one step further now. Not concede a stupid goal. That'd be amazing. And score 2 clear goals. Start getting our goal difference in order. Just start to tick it up week on week. Get better and better and better. This would be the game when it all comes crashing down and we go, hang on, it's all human. But fuck that. Let's just go and beat Palace. Let's put all the hoodoo to rest and let's find a new bogey team to worry about. I'm bored of them now. Let me know your score predictions in the comment section below. How do you think we should line up? You've done a starting 11 prediction, Joe?
Yes, I have.
Check. We've done a lot of things today. That was one of them. Excellent. Yeah, go check that out on the YouTube channel. Also check out our collaboration content with Palace Fan TV. We've done a video over on their channel. We've brought Jim Daly over for the Football Fight Club. This is what's occupied us for quite a lot of today. Basically, we pit 3 Liverpool players and the manager against 3 Palace players and their manager, one-on-one, head-to-head, in a fight to the death to see who wins. It's a little bit different. It's boss though. Go and check that out as well. And of course, check out the subscriber exclusive content, which is always amazing on the redmentv.com. The 3-month trial there waiting for you. It's gagging for you. It wants you. Take it. it's yours. TheRedmenTV.com, go check that out. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the show this week, today, tonight, and we'll see you back here after Crystal Palace. Ta-ra.
And Charlie's going to be in the centre of midfield along with Lucas Leiva.